Now, Charlie, I don't know if you have a monitor, but she's got like 5-foot heels on, Lady Gaga. It's insane.
Oh yeah, no wonder. I mean, just the normal heels like all you ladies wear is enough to hurt you, isn't it? So I can't imagine.
Yeah, I take them off after the end of the day, and I'm like, ah, oh, what a relief.
Yeah. Well, I don't know why you women torture yourself with that, to be honest with you.
They're super cute.
They are. I mean, they're hot. They're hot.
And because men demand it.
Men demand. I don't demand anything. I don't demand anything. You know what? Flip-flops for all. And if I'm elected president, that's what I'll do for you ladies. Hey, all right, I got a pet peeve, Jen Epstein. It kind of irritates me or bothers me slightly.
Okay.
When people mispronounce things.
Okay. I do that.
Names. Yeah, but you know, sometimes you do. But you're quick to fix it, and
sure.
You know when you see a strange name, you don't know how to pronounce it. You got to learn some way. But
okay.
Listen to this. This is a list of the most commonly mispronounced foods, and I am shocked to find out I have been mispronouncing myself, Mr. Ooh, better than everybody else. I'm just as bad as everybody else apparently. So let me see if you can pronounce these foods. All right, first of all, the Mexican thing with the cheese and the 2 tortillas.
Yeah, a quesadilla.
A quesadilla. Unless it's Napoleon Dynamite. I want another quesadilla.
A quesadilla.
But people call it quesadilla. It's quesadilla. Okay,
no,
we know that.
Don't. Who does that?
I don't know. Wherever this story came from. The Greek treat with the pita and the lamb meat and the yogurt.
Kopita. Oh, it's a gyro. I'm sorry. I'm sticking with that one.
No,
you can call it a gyro all you want.
No,
I will never do it. I won't do it.
It's a gyro or a gyro.
Oh,
but it is not.
Who?
It's either a gyro or a gyro. It's not a gyro. No. Jen Epstein.
Talk about my pet peeve. It's the gyro people. Anyway, I digress.
Right.
So go ahead.
Beignet. We know it's beignet. It's not bagnet. Chipotle. It's not chipotle. It's chipotle.
No, yeah, and that's
now here's one that what do you call the little coffee you drink and it's really, really strong?
Espresso.
What'd you say?
Espresso. No. There is no X in the word.
Yeah,
I've always said espresso. It's not especially. It's especially. But anyway.
I knew that.
But I'm fired up now.
It is. It's espresso. It's espresso. Would you talk to me and tell everybody else back there to be quiet?
I'm sorry. They're very involved. They want you to know that it's salmon and not salmon.
Okay, well, would you let me do my list?
Okay,
Everybody back there?
Go ahead.
All right, it's espresso, not espresso. I've always said espresso, I will admit. All right, gnocchi, I know how to pronounce that. All right, here's the last one, and this shocked me. All right, the little toasted, you put the little tomatoes on it.
Bruschetta. Bruschetta.
That's what I've always said, bruschetta. No, it's bruschetta. Bruschetta. It's an Italian word, and the CH is a K sound always, no exceptions.
Bruschetta.
It's bruschetta. It's not bruschetta.
It's gyro.
Now you know, everybody. It's a gyro. All right, I'm sorry. I am at the greatest place, you know, Pawn Stars and all those reality shows about pawns. We've gone to I'm going to create a Pawn Star out of Kirk. He owns Sunset Jewelry and Pawn. So you see some great stuff. We're going to talk about the business of the pawn business, how it's really evolved over the years. And it's pronounced pawn. And we're going to have a good day, Tampa Bay. Hey, and maybe we'll get some gyros for lunch, Jen. I'm buying.
Gyros. Bye, Charlie.
Okay, middle child and meltdown. Marsha. That's all I can think of.
Annie.
Hey, look, a barber chair, a World War II uniform, an old Gibson guitar. You never know what you're going to find at a pawn shop. Stick around. We're talking about the evolution of this industry when Good Day Tampa Bay continues.
Charlie, I'm glad you're there today. No, wait, I'm really glad you're there because I've never been to a pawn shop. I want to know how it works.
Sad, Russell. Sad. Very sad. I will explain how a pawn shop works, and if you want to go buy somebody, look, pawn shops are like tattoo parlors. They used to be a scary thing that everybody was afraid of back in the day, but they've evolved. You got tattoo shops in malls now. Pawn shops are now a great place to shop. You want a Valentine's Day present? How about an old Louis Vuitton classic? How about a Michael Jordan basketball? How about a late 1800s music box? Oh, stick around, everybody. It's going to be a good day, Tampa Bay. Good day, Tampa Bay. I'm Charlie Belcher, coming to you from Clearwater this morning from Sunset Jewelry and Pawn at the corner of Hercules and Sunset Point Road, to be exact. It's Kirk, ladies and gentlemen, and I am going to turn him into a Pawn Star because those reality shows, which I can't get enough of, like Pawn Stars and Hardcore Pawn, and it's shined a bright light on the pawn shop industry, and I know it's changed over the years. Let's start with the basics, Kirk. Tell me, what does it mean to pawn something? If I'm coming in here and I have a watch and I want to pawn my watch, what does that mean?
To pawn means you're getting a loan, and you intend to come back and redeem your item.
So you'd look at my watch here and go, it's probably maybe worth $100, and you give me $100 cash. I give you my watch. I go pay my bill maybe if I just need cash quick.
Correct.
I come back within a week, 2 weeks. You set a limit.
Up to 60 days.
Up to 60 days. I give you back the $100 you gave me for the watch. You give me my watch back.
Plus a service charge.
Right. What if I don't? What if I go? You know what? I got my $100. I didn't like that watch anyway, and I never come back.
It's a non-recourse loan. We don't chase you. You never hear from us again.
Then you sell the watch for whatever you can get.
That is correct.
That's what. So, how much of your business is pawning, and how much is just buying and selling merchandise?
Roughly 70% of our business is loans, and 30% would be buys.
Okay. And then you never know what's going to come through your doors, do you?
Every day's like Christmas. You never know. Some of the coolest stuff ever comes in here.
And like when the economy goes down, does that mean your business goes up because people need a little extra cash here and there?
We've definitely seen a spike in business in the last several years.
Estate sales, I would assume, are big for you. You can go in and buy a bunch of merchandise that you can then sell in your store?
We do a lot of estate work where we go out and actually buy all the contents of the home.
And don't you get a sense that pawn shops used to have a certain reputation, and now they have a much better reputation?
The reputation of pawn shops has changed a lot over the years. Definitely, it's not your grandfather's pawn shop anymore. A lot of good pawn shop dealers
and no shenanigans here. You're not buying stolen goods.
Everything we do, a driver's license and a right thumbprint, and that paperwork gets mailed into our local police department, and they check it against stolen property reports.
All right, Kirk, this is going to be a good morning. Stick around, everybody, because we're going to start showing you some of this merchandise, some of the stuff he has, from jewelry to crazy autographs and some bizarre stuff. Stick around, everybody. It's definitely going to be a good day, Tampa Bay. Hey, Jen Epstein,
Hi, yes, you go.
Hi, you're going to agree with me here. This represents my paycheck. This represents Ann Dwyer's paycheck.
Yes.
And this represents Russell Rhodes' paycheck. Have you ever seen a $500 bill before?
I've never seen one.
Yeah, me either. But this is real and real valuable. Stick around. We're having fun at the pawn shop. Sunset Jewelry and Pawn, to be exact. Stick around. It'll be a good day, Tampa Bay. Good day, Tampa Bay. I'm Charley Belcher, coming to you from Clearwater this morning. We're at Sunset Jewelry and Pawn at the corner of Hercules and Sunset Point, for those of you who like to know exactly where I am. And we're talking to Kirk. It's his pawn shop / jewelry store. And we're talking about the whole pawn industry and how it works and everything. We gathered some interesting items. And I start, Kirk, tell me about this. This is an invitation to the Queen Mum, who passed away in 2002. Yes. Her wedding in 1923. And who were they inviting?
Frank Rich was actually the King's polo coach.
Wow. And look down here. It says the Lady Elizabeth Bowes Lyon marrying His Royal Highness the Duke of York. Where'd this come from? How'd you get this?
Bought it from a customer about a year ago, and they were related to the Rich family, and that's how we got the provenance on who Frank Rich was.
And then how do you put a price? I mean, invitations to the royal wedding in 1923, they don't come through the store every day. They're probably not on eBay very often.
Ever. Very difficult thing to put a value on.
Wow. Now, you get stuff like this. Look at that watch, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. That's a watch.
6 carats worth of diamonds in that watch.
What do you sell that for?
Around $2,000.
Wow. And of course, Rolex. People like. I'm sure Rolex is a popular thing to pawn or to sell. What's the value of that one?
This is the high rent district. You're looking at about $25 on that watch.
$25,000.
Yes.
All right. Now I showed these in the teas. I want to show these bills. I had never seen a $500 bill before. This is a real bill?
That is a real bill. And worth significantly more than $500. It's worth about $1,200.
$1,200. Are these still in circulation?
They are not.
Okay.
And to find one that's not been folded and mutilated is fairly rare.
And this $100 bill is worth how much?
It's about the same as the $500 bill.
About $1,100, $1,200 bucks?
About $1,200.
Why? Why is it so valuable?
The rarity. It was the final year of the silver certificates, and there's not many of those running around.
Wow, is that right? And then Beetle stalls with the mop tops. That's got to be 60s toys, 60s, early 70s?
It's 60s toys, and those are way more valuable than what they look. The market value on those is around $500.
A piece or for the group?
For the group.
Because you don't want to break up the Beatles.
No,
Don't
of course.
go all Yoko Ono on me, Kirk. All right. Hey, thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
Stick around. We're having a ball going through the pawn shop here. Anna Russell?
Yeah, they got some
Your
neat
paychecks
stuff.
are here.
Yeah, okay, that works. I'll take the big one. Although you say that it's already yours.
Well, there's that. There's that. See ya.
Thanks, Charlie. These are fun.
Hey, guys, I'm at Sunset Jewelry and Pawn in front of the championship case. That is a World Series of Poker bracelet. That is a World Series championship ring. And yes, that is a Super Bowl ring from your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You never know what you might find here. Stick around. We'll keep on the hunt when Good Day Tampa Bay continues.
And we got to get back to Charlie now.
Yes, he's going to show us some neat stuff at the pawn shop. Almost said, never mind.
Pawn stop works. Pawn stop, pawn shop. Please stop at the pawn shop.
After that show, you know, you have to be careful about how you say the word pawn.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I want to worth just looking again. That in the middle, that is a Super Bowl ring that a Tampa Bay Buccaneer earned back in 2002 when the Bucs won the Super Bowl. But I'll be honest, Kirk is a little uncomfortable talking about that stuff. I'm not going to make him talk about that stuff because, first of all, he respects the privacy of the person he bought that from. He will not reveal who that ring belonged to, and he may never even sell it, at least until he needs a retirement fund. So you come in and offer him 50 grand if you want to, but he may or may not take it. And that's all I have to say about that. We're going to move on to something else, so Kirk won't start sweating.
Thank you.
This is the latest thing that came into the store just yesterday. Mm-hmm. This is amazing, Kirk.
It's one of the most amazing pieces I've seen in a long time.
This is a diary dated 1864 from obviously somebody who was serving in the Civil War.
Correct.
What do you know about it?
Kind of interesting. This card actually is signed by a general that's giving this particular soldier the authorization to go behind enemy lines.
Is this the soldier
And
right
this
here?
is a picture of the soldier.
And what's look at this. I mean, it starts Friday, January 1st, 1864, and in pencil, beautifully, eloquently written, is a summation of every day of that entire year while serving in the Civil War.
Except one day. One day is ripped out, and that's what I find most fascinating about this.
One day is ripped out. Isn't that fun? I wonder if he was written about a sweetheart and he didn't want the wife to find out.
What happened in that day?
What happened on that day? And you haven't put a price on it yet?
I have not.
How do you put a price on something like that?
It's museum quality.
Yeah.
And probably we'll consult some museums to find out.
Something else I want to tell folks about is that chandelier hanging above Kirk's head. That hung in Graceland for about
2 weeks.
About 2 weeks. Elvis saw that in a shop, had to have it.
Correct.
They installed it in Graceland.
Yes.
And then there's a wiring problem, it doesn't work.
You got it.
And if you're Elvis, you don't just have a repairman come out, you just get a new one.
You're right.
So hanging in Graceland to this day, in which room?
In the dining room.
In the dining room is a replica of that chandelier.
Same exact chandelier.
Same model and everything.
Yes.
And you acquired that one.
Yes.
That's amazing.
From an estate in Dunedin.
From an estate in Dunedin. It's brilliant. It's lovely. All right, stick around, everybody. In the next half hour, all about sports. Going to show you some of the great sports memorabilia he has here at Sunset Jewelry and Pawn. Please stick around, everybody. We'll make it a good day, Tampa Bay.
But first, Charlie Belcher is showing us a real pawn shop. Is it anything like reality TV, Charlie?
You know what? In the fact that you never know what you're going to find and everything comes with a story, yes. Yeah, absolutely. Look at this. Mike Allstott, Martin Gramatica. I know them. I've met them. Autograph football. But when we come back, some elder statesmen of sports. Those autographs are here as well. We're talking sports at the pawn shop when Good Day Tampa Bay continues.
And it's sure not your father's, grandfather's pawn shop. Look at the place. Some really cool stuff, even antiques. Charlie tries to find some pawn shop treasure. Next. Already has. Look at that.
Good day, Tampa Bay. I'm Charlie Belcher coming to you from Clearwater this morning. We're at the corner of Hercules and Sunset Point Road. We are at Sunset Jewelry and Pawn. It's Kirk's shop. We've been having a blast this morning looking around. And really, would you say more jewelry store than anything else? I mean, you probably spend a lot of time on jewelry.
The majority of our business is jewelry, that is correct.
And you do repair and...
repair, watch batteries, ring resizing, custom mountings.
Anything you do in a jewelry store, you do here.
You do here. You don't think of a pawn shop for doing routine ring sizings, but that's what we do.
But I don't want to talk about jewelry. I want to talk about sports stuff.
Okay,
Come
let's do
on.
it.
So let's show off some of this cool sports stuff. Now, tell the story of this right here.
In 1932, Game 3 of the World Series, Babe Ruth visits the little children in the hospital, tells me he's going to hit a home run for him. Steps up to the plate, points to the outfield, and hits a home run. It's called the famous called shot.
Yep, that famous where he points out. And now, so this is
That's a ticket stub for that game.
Wow.
And the book value on that's around $1,200.
$1,200. Another sticking in with the Babe Ruth. Oh, don't knock it over, Belcher. Sticking with. Oh, I'm sorry. It's in plastic. You can't break a ticket. This is a piece of one of his bats and a piece of one of his uniforms.
And that's limited edition. I think they only made 25 of that particular run.
Value of that?
Value of that's about $700.
Wow, very nice. Now, when we talk about authenticity,
yes,
I want to talk about that for a second. First of all, a Ty Cobb. Faded signature, but still valuable because it's Ty Cobb.
Valuable and authenticated.
Now, somebody comes in, I got a baseball, and I got a scribble on it, and go, hey, go Kirk, this is Babe Ruth right here. You're not going to take my word for it.
Correct.
You're going to do what?
First thing I do is try and figure out for myself if it's real or not. And if I think that it is, then we send it in for authenticity.
Yeah, easy for you to say.
You don't tell me.
Authentication, authenticity.
Yes.
And you work with PSA?
PSA DNA out of California.
And I mean, these are watermarked. Maybe you see the watermark, probably not. But these are, you got to make sure that you got to make sure the authentication is authentic.
Right.
Yes.
And when we buy something like that, we're not really buying Ty Cobb or Jackie Robinson. We're buying the authentication.
And I want to just show these two baseballs right here. This is
1949 Dodgers team signed baseball.
1949 Dodgers with Jackie Robinson right there. This is the 1950 Dodgers.
Right.
Again, Jackie Robinson. I mean, the names on there, oh my goodness.
49 was the year Jackie Robinson was MVP, and they lost to the Yankees that year.
Look at you now. So, how much is that baseball?
That ball's book value on that's around $6,000.
What about that 1950?
A little less because Jackie wasn't the MVP that year. That one's probably around $3,500.
And did we say the Ty Cobb value?
The Ty Cobb should be worth, because it's faded, around $3,000 to $4,000.
You love what you do, don't you?
I do.
It's fun. Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah, good for you. Good for you, Kirk. All right, there you come in, look around, buy your Valentine something here. It's just fascinating. It's not what you might think when you think of a pawn shop, especially years ago. Definitely the industry has evolved, much like you and I, Andwire. We are so evolved.
But it's kind of sad that somebody pawned their Valentine's flowers there. You know?
Yeah, somebody, I did that. I pawned my Valentine's flowers just to, I'm going to hopefully get a baseball out of it.
Thanks, Charlie. I always like those locations. Those are fun.